God of War Ragnarok is finally here. And I know it's been out for like 2 months, but editing videos takes a while, so here we are. I could spend the next 20 minutes gushing about this game if I really felt like it, but that is not why we're here. We're here to talk about the Beserkers, which is essentially this game's new-gen Valkyries. There's 10 of them around the map, and once you beat all 10, at least I think it's 10, you can fight King Hrolf, which is essentially new-gen Queen Valkyrie. So I have done this, I have beaten all of them, and I have recordings of almost every single fight, and so today we're going to talk about it. But let's just answer the first question right out of the gate. Are Beserkers harder than the Valkyries? No. These guys, although difficult, are definitely not Queen Valkyrie or just the Valkyrie's difficulty. The Valkyrie's movesets were significantly different from one another. The Beserkers' movesets, I can't exactly say the same, although there are distinct differences among each Beserker. That's not enough to where I can say that, like, this Beserker is so much harder than this one because blah blah blah, besides like 2 or 3 of them, and there's 10. So overall, they aren't harder, but they did prove enough of a challenge where I figure I should make a video on it, so let's just get straight into it. There are these Beserker gravestones that appear around like 3/4 of the way into the game, and you can start fighting them, although I did do most of them once I did complete the game, and I feel like that was the intention. But basically, as you can see, they're right on the screen. He's that guy in the middle. They all look relatively similar, even the king looks like that. They have a lot of health, and usually they have a strategy of they will run at you, and they'll try to do a hit. If you can block it or you can parry it, you get a hit. If not, they run away. And if they hit you, they still run away. So, fighting them is less fun, although I would say I had a good time fighting them. I wouldn't imply that the Queen Valkyrie was a fun fight for the entire time, but by the time I was done with it, I can respect the fight, and I can respect that the moveset was very well utilized, and had a lot of variety, and I was never really that bored in the entire fight. So I can definitely respect that. The Beserker fights, including the King fight, I was a little bored sometimes. Some of them were fun, like the really easy ones are really fun because like I just like mess around and I was able to work it out. But a lot of the Beserker fights were kind of just as you're seeing here. He would go in for a hit, I'd get a little bit of a hit, and then he runs away and prepares for his next move. And it's one of those like same like 6 to 7 moves that I just gotta memorize. And once I've memorized it, that's really all I have to do. And then I just go back in and get a couple more hits in, repeat the process until that health bar is completely down. So, what determines what the really hard ones are essentially what those 6 to 7 moves in their moveset are. But it also determines how well warmed up I was. The one I'm fighting right here, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but this was one of the ones that took me the longest time. It took me about an hour to beat this guy, which is like nothing compared to most of the Valkyrie fights. But this guy, in retrospect, like in the grand scheme of things, is not a hard fight. I'd say he's an average Beserker, and yet he took me the second most amount of time out of all of the Beserkers I fought. Why? Because I haven't fought a Beserker in about a month since I fought this guy. And then after that, I fought so many more that were debatably harder than him, and I sweeped them. So really, it just, the order that I did them determined their difficulty. For the most part, there was like 2, as I said, that were actually just the hardest ones, no matter where I did them. But these fights were pretty consistent. Like I could go into a fight and it would take me like 2 attempts, and then I would not to beat it, but 2 attempts to where I could figure out like what was going on and what I had to do. And so then within the next few attempts I'd beat it. But even if I only take like 6 attempts on a fight, it's about half an hour because these fights are long. Like they go on for a while, and the King fight especially is very long. But we'll get into that later. So let's just go and talk about the fights that actually took me the most time and were a struggle for me. Alright, this first fight was in Svartalfheim, and essentially the whole gimmick of this fight is that there's 2 of them. Fighting 2 Beserkers at the same time is not very easy, but this is actually less difficult than it may seem, because although you're fighting 2 of them, it really isn't a 2v2. I mean, it really isn't a 2v1. It's a 1v1, and then there's a separate 1v1 going on at the same time. One of them is fighting you, and the other one is fighting Freya, and they just keep on swapping. Like, whenever one of them just starts getting absolutely bodied, they swap. And so if the guy is like, nah, this is way too much, and they'll have a visual, or not a visual cue, they'll have an audio cue. They're like, you know what, no, I'm actually done, it's your turn. And then the other person will go and see like that. This person's leaping in, and the other person is going to go attack Freya now. Yeah. So occasionally, the only problem though, is that one of them would go to attack Freya, and then you'd be right next to them, and then they would just accidentally hit you, and now they're both aggroed on you, and they're not going to switch off until you start really beating one of them to a pulp. My problem with this one was just figuring out what I should do. Like, should I just be targeting one the whole time? The answer to that is no. You actually should do exactly what the game wants you to do. If the dude is fighting you, then you fight the dude. If the dude runs away and the chick comes to fight you, you fight the chick. So essentially what this is you're really only fighting one Beserker. It just has 2 times the amount of health as everybody else. So how long should it take me to fight a Beserker that has 2 times the amount of health as everyone else? About 40 minutes. That's the answer. Alright, you want to hear the fun twist about these guys? It's that there's 3 of them. Woo! Although only one of them is actually a Beserker, and the other 2 are just the Sisters of Ilska. This can be found in Alfheim, by the way. So, you fight the normal Beserker, who I want to point out is nothing special. This is the hardest Beserker fight, but the Beserker himself is, like, one of the weakest Beserkers. Their moveset is, like, really predictable, and they don't have, like, a certain move that is like, wow, that was stupid. It's these sisters that are really dumb, because they don't pay attention to the same rules the 2 people that you fight do, and that it's a 1v1 the whole time. It's really a 1v1 half the time, and the other half, like, both of them are fighting you at the same time, and they're just chucking so much stuff at you. And it gets really overwhelming at some points. Like, at sometimes, like, I will be at full health, and then all 3 of them will attack you, and in the next 10 seconds, I am dead. This fight was really the only one out of the entire, like, Beserker fights where I would lose and feel like I didn't deserve it. Like, the other ones, I'd be like, alright, yeah, whatever, I messed up. But in some of these, it'd just be like, oh, all 3 of them decided to, like, gang rape me at the same time, and I couldn't do anything about it. It really just, like, the run where I won, I really just got lucky because they stopped, like, it's not that they wouldn't fight me, it's just they hit me with stuff like that flame orb, hardly a problem. It really isn't that big of a deal. As long as the other guy is just letting you hit it, which he did almost this entire run. So I just had a good run, and that's why I was able to beat it. The Beserker himself, again, is not hard. The strategy, though, is definitely to, as you see right there, that was when he was harassing me and I couldn't get it off. But that was like the only time it happened in this run as far as I remember. But what I was saying a second ago, before I saw that, is that fighting this Svid Dogger, I don't even care. Do you guys even care how I pronounce it? But fighting him first is definitely the priority. The sisters, you don't really worry about. All that health, or at least most of it, is what Freya is getting off with her arrows. So she already does a decent bit of work for you, but you have to worry about killing this guy first, and then deal with them. But then we run into a new problem of dealing with the sisters, who in all honesty are not that hard. But when I've been working on fighting this Beserker for so long, and then suddenly I have to fight these 2 chicks, and I'm probably at low health, I'm kind of not playing very good anymore. I'm, like, getting a little nervous, and it's, things just start going south, and then suddenly they can kill me. It only took me about 2 or 3 attempts after killing the Beserker for the first time when I finally got it, but it did still add, like, another 20 minutes onto my run, which made it be about 2 hours of fighting these guys. I figure I'd give you a little montage of me killing all of them. Only 8 out of 10 of them were actually recorded. The first 2 that I killed I didn't record, but here you go. Yeah, that was easy. Boom! Yeah, bro! Out of my game! First try! There we go. Killed the guy first. That's nice. Woo! Let's go! Oh yeah! Just need to die once to figure it out. No, second win. Goodbye. Oh my gosh. Nah, it's business now. There we go. Out of my game. Oh yeah, your head is gone, brother. Come on. There we go. Woo! Okay. Yes! Ooh, am I done? Please tell me I'm done. Can I kill both of you? Ooh! Yes! Die! That felt real good. Alright, let's talk about the part of the video that actually matters, the fight against the King Beserker. So, just like the Queen Valkyrie, he is a mixture of all of the Beserker's abilities all just put into one. The Queen Valkyrie took me about 7.5 hours. King Hrolf took me about 2.5 hours. So there's a 5-hour difference here. I think this is a mixture of me being a more experienced player than I was when the Queen Valkyrie fight happened, because now I have 2 God of War games of this caliber on my belt. I've played like all of them. It's just the God of War games and the Norse mythology, the combat is so much different that the God of War 2018 was the first God of War game that felt like that. But now that I've gone through 2 of them, I am much better. But it also, like, most of those 5 hours, that 5-hour cut, is just because this fight is easier. This is not a Queen Valkyrie fight. It is still hard, and it still took me 2 different streams to do, although the second one was only about 20 minutes, because I beat it pretty quick in my second stream. But still, it was worth a stream, and it was worth a video. So why is this fight hard enough to make it take 2.5 hours? Well, here's the first thing. This fight is really long. Like, He has the health bar, which is long enough, but when it hits around half, he gets this other thing where, this other different weird health bar, it's a thing in this game, where essentially you can be hitting him, and that main health bar is not going down, it's a separate extra health bar he just stacked onto himself, and he does it like 3 different times in the fight, so fighting him is a really long task, and he is just completely rinse and repeat memory. It is just, you have to remember all of the moves, and at this point you've basically figured all of them out pretty well, except maybe 2 or 3 that are pretty BS, and we're going to get into the ones that I struggled with the most. My biggest problem was this move that he would use, and he would use it like whenever he wanted. Not that move, although that move kind of sucked too. Where he would just run at you and he hit you with whatever, and then he would do this explosion move like that, and if you hit him even at all, you get hit by this move. So, how do you counter this move? I don't have a practical solution, but I do have a solution. The idea is whenever he'd kind of use that move after certain moves, although he'd use it whenever he wanted, to be honest, but like, whenever he would swing like with the 2-fist attack, I just wouldn't hit him, because then I'd have time to dodge the move, and if I didn't and I tried to attack, he'd just run away. So the pro of this is I don't get hit by that move, which is great. The con is that this fight is just so much longer because half of his moves I can't hit off of afterward. Because trust me, this move shreds your health. If I get hit by it twice, I am dead. And so I couldn't afford to hit him after certain moves. Like if he leap at me, also I'd have to wait a second, I'd shield and then go for a hit. If he did the leap move, I can get it off because the end lag on that move, that was a smash turn, but I'm gonna use it here as well. But if he would get that off, I could be able to get a hit off, but if it's a fast move, then I'm stuck. He's just gonna go for another move, and I'll go a whole like 2 minutes without hitting him. Maybe not that much, maybe like 45 seconds. I just really felt like over-exaggerating. This other move was fun too, because he would randomly decide to just go up in the air and just hurl the sun at me, which was like really fun, and the reason that this move sucked especially is because it would go wherever I was heading, so I was essentially trapped. And I think this move was basically the bane of my existence, because the one time I didn't get hit by this move is the time that I won. So if I just do enough dodging and I just like don't look at him, I'm just looking at the ground, and I'm basically just going footloose at this point, then I can dodge it and not get hit by it. It's not really a big damage move, it's just a pretty good morale lowering move. And once I figured out the explosion move, this was really my only trouble. Then once I countered that, this fight was basically mine. This fight is just long. It's not really that hard. Like, the Queen Valkyrie fight was legitimately difficult. This fight is just based entirely on memorization and learning how to master certain moves. Once you've mastered them all, you're just in it for a really long fight. I'm going to play the fight now. I understand it's long, but I want to have the full thing out there for you guys. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you all soon. Peace out. What was my main problem last time? Oh yeah, I misclicked. Okay, yeah, I used the runic attack on accident. I was gonna say, like, what threw me off my game? Oh gosh! Alright. Use the rage. I kind of wait until my second life to use the rage, because I start hardcore choking as soon as I die, and so I use the rage in my second life. but I don't think I used it last run. I think you're right. Yeah, I must have forgot. The run wasn't looking good though, so it's. I don't think it would have changed much. Oh, I thought I was parrying that one. Okay. It's a downer. I'm not gonna miss this time. This is risky. Nice. Woo! Oh gosh, I ran into him there, but we're good. I should not have done that, yeah. Where'd he go? Oh, okay. Woo! Is he gonna run at me into the explosion thing? No. I've gotten really good dealing with that move. I used to suck, but I've gotten better. This is stupid. Yeah. I don't want to get hit with the Bifrost. I have time to get one of these, if not both. Which I got both. Little guys, though, like. I don't think I hit by one. It's okay. I got hit by that so much yesterday, but I'm doing way better with that. I'm having new problems, like this thing. Well, actually, this is old problems, but I got an idea. I'm gonna boulder now, take it off, and hope that I get more rage by the time I'm dead. Let's take a gamble. Woo! See, I can hit him once and then run away. I'm so smart, you know. Shout out to Shower Thoughts yesterday, because, you know, these new ideas are making this fight a little bit easier. Oh gosh. No, I'm not gonna get to you in time, so I'm just gonna, yeah, a little love trap, maybe two. That felt good. No. Yes! Oh, we're already at this point. Please don't let me hit you! Oh, I'm pissed. And everything is going to garbage. That's how this fight works. It just suddenly everything gets taken away from you. It's like the Queen Valkyrie and then it does that. But... No, Freya? I missed? Hello? He's gonna do a second one. Yeah, there's definitely a thing where he doesn't let you play the game when he has that white bar on him. Nice. His bar's gone. 1, 2, 3. Say goodbye. I think I'll have rage back when I need it. I hope. No. Woo. Woo. Do it again. Yeah. He did not care. Ooh. Okay, I can hit my shots this time now. No. 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 Do I make that out? Okay. Woo! It's a gamble. I'm dead. Never lived to this once. Oh my gosh. Wow, I was dancing there. I don't even know what I did. I was just schmoovin'. I'm probably dead. No. We'll love tap for you. Yeah. Okay, I don't got my thing back yet. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna die for that. Actually, he's gonna use that one move, and I'm gonna go for it, and I'm not gonna have it. I messed up. I threw. I literally said what was gonna happen. I literally said it. I was like, he's gonna use the move, and I'm not gonna have my rooting back, and I'm gonna die. I hate being right sometimes. Waiting on the rage. Oh no. I'm staying back. You gonna charge me? Explode? Oh gosh! Do it again? Oh, he does not stop. Oh wow! Oh my gosh. You wanna take some stun? Just a thought. There we go. 1, 2, 3. I need a Hellstone. Let's see one. Oh no! Third one. Yeah, man. Not happening. I'm just gonna use all of it. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to get rage back again later. Get a boulder off. I tried. I don't know where all my this purple's coming from. The Bifrost. Not loving it. One more time. Oh, I'm frozen. Oh, you little bastard. No. Thank God, electricity and not fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. Die. Oh! Yes! Yes! Get out of my game. Ooh. Ooh, everything hurts. Oh my gosh. How are you speaking? I ripped your head off.
Thank you, brother. Still not sure if that was justice or vengeance.
Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh.
She's
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
Yeah. Later.